Hello beautiful people, let's make this easy tea bread. This bread is very soft, delicious and fluffy. Let's get started. In my bowl I added in room temperature water and I brought in the sugar and the yeast. And now we're going to mix this. We'll mix it to combine properly, mix it well for the yeast to be properly dissolved. And now I brought in melted butter. And we are also going to stir this in. All the ingredients I use and its quantity is displayed on the screen. And now here I brought in bread flour, and of course if you can't find bread flour you can use all-purpose flour as an alternative. And I brought in a little nutmeg powder and salt, just a little nutmeg powder. Too much of it wouldn't be nice. And we're going to stir all this in to mix properly. If you do not want the granules of the nutmeg powder, you have to sift yours in, and we'll bring this together till we'll get it to a shaggy dough. At some point, I'll have to come in with my washed hands, and with my hands, I'll keep bringing this together. And now I'll transfer this to my work table for easier kneading. We'll knead this between 5 minutes to 7 minutes, depending on how good you are with kneading. If it's your first time, don't deter, just keep bringing it together like you see me do. If you have a stand mixer, you can also use that to knead this, but I always prefer kneading with my hands because it's therapeutic for me. Are you in the same category with me, or you always prefer to knead with your stand mixer? And this is another kneading method I use, where I'll be heating the dough on my work surface. That also hastens the kneading process. Our dough is not sticky and is not hard. We'll knead it till we'll get it to this soft and fluffy dough, and we are going to turn this into a ball shape. I'll lightly flour my work surface and I'll place the dough in there so that when it's resting it's not going to stick to my work surface. And I'll cover this and get back to it in 10 minutes. That will give me just enough time to go wash my dishes. And I also brought in my baking tray and I'll gently fry it. You can also grease it with butter or with oil. This will help the bread not to stick to the pan when it's coming out from the oven. And back to our dough. I'm going to cut this into 4 places because I'm looking out for 4 loaves of bread. And let me show you how to fold this dough. Gently, I'm going to deflate it of the bubbles and spread it out in a triangular form. You can see those little black patches. Those are the nutmeg powder granules. If you sieved yours, it wouldn't be obvious like this. And adding nutmeg powder is totally optional. Now we're going to roll it in such a way that both edges will be pointy. As you're rolling it in, you press it together. And when you get to the edges, you're going to pinch it together so that this doesn't open up in the oven. So these are all our dough placed in the baking pan, and we're going to cover this and we will allow it to rest and rise for up to 1 hour. I live in the warm region, so I do not need to take this to a warm place to proof. If you live in the cold regions like the UK, US, Canada, you'll have to send this to your oven turned off and allow it to proof or until it doubles in size. And this is after 40 minutes. Mine has doubled in size, and we're going to send it to a preheated oven. That means I've been preheating my oven before now, and we're going to bake between 25 minutes to 30 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. And our bread is ready and right out from the oven. My kitchen right now smells so amazing. This bread is very soft, very delicious, very fluffy. You enjoy it with your tea or with whatever you want to enjoy it with. I hope this video was helpful to you. Remember, at Glory Homemaker, we give you value for your time. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.